most of those locals, sometimes ina-expect lang sa kanila yung magandang depensa. But in that game, they actually contributed well on the offensive side as well.
Well, pagandahan po talaga ng timpla ang ating pag-uusapan kapag kape at gatas ang magkalaban. Though in that game, hindi rin nalayo ang magandang timpla nitong mga taga-Alaska with Casio, Tos, and Cyrus Baguio chipping in big numbers with 21, 17, and 17 respectively. Aling Balixi has been hot in the first quarter.
He's hurt.
Oh, doon sa contact nila ni Sunny Tos. He's holding on to his knee. Isa yan sa mga hinahawakan na talagang nakakatakot. At sana walang mangyaring malala dito kay Alain.
You can see yung nakikita natin sa kanya. He's already telling their PT, the doctor, that may naramdaman siya na on his knees. Sinisenyasan niya.
Well, Coach Timcon is a bit worried. Sana nila, kuryente na lang. Minsan, pag nako-kuryente, yung paggaan, masakit na rin yun. Pero ito, titignan po natin kung saan nagtatamaan. Si Sunny Tos. Ayun, tuhod sa tuhod yung nangyari doon.
And you can see, after kung nagkabanggaan sila, after that, could not get any lift from that right leg anymore.
The contact actually was on the left knee, pero yung pagbagsak niya, no, nung nakuha yung, nung pinaburan niya yung kanyang kaliwa. So ito is Alain Balixi still hobbling, and the rest of his teammates going to his aid. Wag hindi makatayo ito kay Alain Balixi is holding on to his left knee. Might have twisted it because the contact was on the right. Ito, ulitin po natin ha. Ito yung ayun. Pero yung pagbagsak niya doon sa kaliwa.
Yes, actually, you can see that hit his right knee, but also his left knee is the one that actually buckled. You see it very clearly there that nawala sa forma. You can only hope that it is not as bad as it looks.
Although yung muna natin hope na sana kuryente lang no? Yung nagkakapanggana, pero hindi. Pag na-twist yung kanyang kaliwang tuhod, the stretcher is ready. Nakatayo na ito si Alain if he'll be able to walk back to the bench. Well, may timeout po tayo. Balik po tayo kagad.
Control Max Facial Wash.
It's a big sigh of relief here at the MOA Arena dahil ito, nakatayo na po itong si Alain Balixi, even making his at least one of his 2 free throws.
There's the foul. You expect that Alain Balixi will be replaced.
Well, yung unang personal foul itong si Alex Malyari, but at least itong si Alain Balixi will go straight to the dugout, was able to actually walk on his own. Kanina, matapos po yung pakabahin, hindi lamang yung mga fans ng Salvig, pati lahat ng tao dito sa MOA Arena. Bakinis will try it from outside. Ayaw pa rin pumasok he shot there. As Alex Malyari at the point right now. Joe Divas, malayong trasino, but it's so. 4 points for Jody Vance.
You got to think that Jody Vance is the wild card here. You know, it seems that every time he plays well, para sa kanyang Kupunan for San Meg Coffee, they end up with a victory. He plays so much minutes for their team that it's integral for him to have a good game.
Well, nakakaapat na po rito itong si Jody Vance. Hinayaan si Calvin Abueva. Yung tres na hindi pumapasok.
Got to think for Alaska Aces, too many 3-point shots from people that they don't want to really see taking too many 3-point shots.
Although yun nga, binibigay talaga ng Salmig ang espasyo sa tres. As Marcus Blakely will attack, na aga yun ni Calvin Abueva holding on to his head. There is no whistle actually. But a timeout will be called by Alaska. Calvin Abueva. We talk about Calvin Abueva's focus. Napapag-usapan niya because not much ay contribution for Calvin Abueva in the last time out. Pero dito, yun ang gustong i-recover ng mga taga-Alaska for Calvin Abueva to have his focus on back.
Not really had a good quarterfinals so far. Speaking of Calvin Abueva, even today, para kay Abueva, he's taken 5 shots. Yes, 5 shots and has not made a single one.
Pero tingnan po natin yung pinanggalingan. Yung contact na sinasabi ni Abueva, yung pagbaba ng kamay nitong si Marcus Blakely. But I thought it actually hit him in the back, not the head. Hawak-hawak pa rin po ni Calvin Abueva. So, hindi naman pala talaga matigas ang ulo nito si Calvin. Nasasaktan din. It's Alaska's ball, still down by 10 points. This is actually the biggest lead. Para sa kupunan ng San Miguel, Cyrus Baguio will attack. The defense of PJ Simon, pero nakaagaw doon. Alex Malyari, kakaripas, challenging JB Casio, and will put 2 home.
And the difference right now, Rado, locals. Local scoring para dito sa San Miguel. May tulong. On the other side, para sa Alaska, no one has really helped much because their next top scorer, other than their import, only 2 points.
Tama ka riyan, ha? Players like ito si JB Casio at si Cyrus Baguio, wala pang significant contributions dito. And they're still going to Wendell Makinis, but the defense on him by Rafi Ribis, handang-handa. Mapapansin niyo pa, wala si Mark Pickens because in the first quarter, he had 2 quick fouls, both on Wendell Makinis. Kaya itong si Rafi Ribis ngayon bumabatay sa kanya. Makinis mapipilitan tumira na naman.
Interesting what San Miguel has been doing. Every time there's a sideline inbound, what they do is they're actually on a zone. And it really surprises the Alaska Aces. Many times na pag nanggaling sila sa sideline inbound, that Alaska has not scored because of that 2-3 zone of that inbound.
And the options given to the Alaska scorers, not in their comfort zone, including si Wendell Makinis sa labas tumitira, hindi mo pumapasok. Lahat yan ang ating score. 12 ang kalabangan ng San Miguel. Bola pa nila as PJ Simon receives the top. Balik dito kay Marcus Blakely. Andres niya, kapus na kapus yun. One of the few instances na iparamdam dito yung mga taga-Alaska or Marcus Blakely yung challenge on it.
Coach Timko and his team really get into trouble when the ball starts to get sticky. That time around got sticky on the hand of at the top on the part of Alex Malyari.
Casio to the boss. Boss against Marcus Blakely. Lalapit. Nabutasan niya yung depensa and a foul will be given up by Marcus Blakely. But to Marcus' credit, only his first personal foul despite the contacts and the action he's been involved in the first 2 quarters. Sunny Toss connects from the free throw line, but only his 3rd point. So you're mentioning the local support is really not there for Alaska.
Alam mo, sinabi mo, only his 3rd point and only his 4th point right now. But that's the highest local score at present para dito sa Alaska Aces.
That's why 10 puntos pa rin po mga kaibigan. Ang kalamangan dito ng San Miguel. 24-14 with 8 minutes and 52 in the second. Ito na yung paikot ng triangulo. Nakakita nila itong si Jody Barnes. Stops and shoots.
And he's playing with a lot of confidence. You can see that he's actually really moving with quickness and creating shots for himself.
There are those nights. Ramdam na ramdam po kanina. Yung kanyang 3-pointer. Malayo na nga yung 3 points. Malayo pa yung pagitan niya dun sa rainbow line. Cyrus Baguio. Diyan pa ng titikada. Ayaw pa rin pumasok. Pagkatapat. Napunta kay JB. Naperse ibalik. Sunny toss will attack pero nabintis yung kanyang layup and Alex Malyari will save the leather safely to Jody Vance. Aatakin muli ang kupunan ng San Miguel. As Marcus Blakely losing the leather, marirecover naman ito si Wendell Makinis. Pasa kay Tony De La Cruz but the challenge is still there. Alex Malyari siya yung matatawagan doon. But the recovery and the transition defense of San Miguel, walang lubayan talaga.
Yeah, it's a knockout game. So nothing easy in a knockout game. Here, Alaska, alam mo na ang hirap ng score, may halo pang malas. See that layup earlier para kay Sunny Toss. A gimme, but still didn't go down.
This time, babalik na po itong si James Yap at si Mark Baroga sa kanilang backcourt. Even Mark Pingus is ready to check in. Pero naipasok muna itong free throw nitong si Tony de la Cruz. 26-16 ang ating tala. Most of the game controlled by the Mixers. Joe Devas missing that one from the left flank. Sa kanyang press, makukuha ni JV Gasher using the pick. Alaska being patient with her half court. Wendell McInnes will get exercise and flex his muscles there. Gives his team his 8-point in the game.
Good short pass on the part of Tony De La Cruz. Getting to the gut of the defense and then looking for zip court down low.
James Yap for the 3. Ayaw friend. Joe Devas will serve it. Babalik kay James.
Couple of energy plays already that we've seen. One kanina kay Alex Malyari, ngayon naman kay Joe Devas for extra possession.
Pombreno, si Mark Baroka, nakakita si James. They will reset. Mark Baroka dapat eagle. Si Joe Devas ang nakakita, but Marcus Blakely using the baseline. The reverse, ayaw pa rin pumasok. Meanwhile, ang Kupunan ng Alaska not really forcing anything.
You know, but they're slowly eating into this lead. This was a high of 12. Now it's down to 8 and they have the ball.
Sanitos. Yung depensa nila, hindi na rin ganun kadali yung mga tira nito ng Sandy Coffee. Although makakaagaw dito si Marcus Blakely. 3-on-3. Blakely who will slam it home.
You know, these two teams, there's a lot of similarities. The one thing that they are very different or apart from is that Sunmig Coffee forces more turnovers and they get on the break more. That gives them easier, cheap shots. Yun ang hinahanap ng Alaska Aces. You see here, bad turnover on the part of the Aces, leading to a fast break. And when Marcus Blakely is part of that fast break, that's pretty hard to stop.
Well, you're mentioning itong mga puntos coming from those turnovers dahil yung last game, tama ka eh. Hindi naman nakalayo itong magkabilang Kupunan when it comes to turnovers with 9 para sa Kupunan ng Alaska and 12 for Sunmig Coffee. But Sunmig was able to traffic 20 points.
That's the difference. It's all magkalapit na yung turnovers, but the difference is right now the Aces, although this is a team that can run with a lot of athletes, they really don't push the envelope after the turnover. Unlike itong Sunmig Coffee, pagkatapos ng turnover, takbo kagad at sumasabay. Ito si Marcus Blakely. O kaya naman, siya yung nasa unahan.
Well, may report ng ating kasamang Erica Padilla, an update on Alain Maliksi.
Twice na pasigaw si Alain Maliksi when he was down on the floor pero nakatayo pa rin at nakapaglakad ng maayos pabalik ng dugout. Feeling daw niya may na-dislocate pero kinonfirm naman ng team doctor and ni Doc Fernandez of the PBA na okay ang kanyang meniscus because he can still fully stretch and flex his left leg and it may likely be the lateral and the collateral ligament na na-strain. Balik sa inyo?
Lateral and collateral ligament. So at least hindi po yung mismong tuhod ang na-apektuhan. Ito, bumalik na nga po sa bench itong si Alain Maliksi. Cyrus Baguio attack. Opting to pass out. First ni JB Casio is a big one.
That's almost a rescue 3, but again, out of that side inbound, they come out with a 2-3. Nagkakagulo yung Alaska Aces. Time winding down. Lucky for them. JB able to hit that big one.
Ang atake ni Mark Baroka, nasa pal, makukuha pa ng Alaska. Alaska now has the momentum, cutting the lead of Sunmig down to only 7. The last time was a big 3 from JV. Now they're going back to the boss. Almost rather there.
Now it's going to be a big call because that can be para kay Marcus Blakely, pangalawa na yan.
So nagbabayad itong mga taga-Sunmig sa kanilang depensa sa ilalim. Pero tingnan muna natin itong step back 3 with time running out. JB Casio, reminiscent of that fourth quarter the last time out. An offensive foul on McInnes.
Easy call right there. Wendell McInnes, kita may gigil eh. Felt that he had the position there. But you see him clearing with his elbow and his shoulder as well.
Well, dito yung sinasabi natin, dito na bubuhay itong si Wendell McInnes. He's been given the free space to take the outside shot. Hindi siya pumapasok doon. So gusto niya talaga sa ilalim. Mas Marcus Blakely will lose the leather. Try to recover and pass it to Mark Pingrich. Yung pasa kay Mark Baroka, hindi pumasok. But there's a foul. JV Casio ang matatawagan mga kaibigan. And that's a big call dahil pangatlo na ito para dito kay JV Casio.
And if you're Coach Luigi, you're in a quandary. Bakit? You know, JV just hit a three-pointer and you want to keep him on the floor.
Mark Barroca will make the first free throw. And a surprise move. Lalabas muna Marcus Blakely and look who's coming. It's Jewel Ponferrada. Not really the player na ilangan, nabibigyan ng maraming minuto.
Remember, Marcus Blakely actually came in a little bit earlier than usual dahil nagka-injury nga si Alain Maliksi. So he's gonna have to get another minute or two here para lang makuha niya yung normal rest niya in the quarter.
And a big toss at Ponferrada. Si Makinig sa kanyang binabantayan. It actually freed Sonny Toss for his 6th point in the game.
Locals of Alaska starting to slowly contribute here.
Ito yung hinahanap mo. At tumating na nga yung kanilang mga tulong dito. Natapos na ang kalamangan ng Sandbag. Down to only 6. Nawala pa rin Ponferrada ang bola. Cyrus Baguio. Makikita si JB Casio who will spot for the 3. Hindi pumasok pero makukuha pa rin ng Alaska. Cyrus Baguio. Ibabalik kay JB Casio against Mark Pingris. There's a mismatch somewhere. Although si Sanitos makikita ito si Jody Vance. Tapikan, mananatili sa Alaska. Casio with 3 personal fouls. Ilalabas muna ni Coach Luigi Trillo, si RJ Hasul rather. Ang papasok para sa kanya, Cyrus Baguio. Mintisyon and the recovery will go to San Mig Trophy.
A lot of energy plays going the way of San Mig Trophy.
Ponferrada will challenge the smaller Cyrus Baguio but will miss a hook shot. Ilalapit na, pasok yun po Ponferrada.
Yun ang tinatawag na magic bunot. You didn't really expect him to play a lot of minutes here, or minutes at all. And then he comes and plays defense and even gives you 2 points.
And now was the task of guarding itong si Wendell Makinis. Yan po si Jewel Ponferrada. Si Makinis yan, nagreklamo na. Nararamdaman niya na itong si Ponferrada. Sanitos. Hindi makawala. And Jewel Ponferrada really making his presence felt.
Speaking of making his presence felt, maybe surprised some with this shot, but able to stay with it and get his 2 points here.
So Wendell Makinis pupunta sa free throw line. He only missed a lot from this territory in the first quarter. So he'll make this one. Well, paalala lang po masusubaybayan ang PBA sa Action TV International. Sa Middle East po via Orbit Showtime Network. Sa Europe naman via OSN TV Tomorrow. Sa Guam naman sa MCV Broadband yung mapapanood. Kaya sabihan nyo na yung mga kamag-anak, abangan po ang mga ma-action'ng labanan ng PBA, pati na rin ng UFL. Dito lang sa Action TV International. Abreva with offensive rebound with a putback. And that actually announced his return to the hardcourt.
Able to get his rest and maybe also a chance to get his mind into the game.
It's only a 5-point ball game. Although San Mig Coffee pa rin po ang nakakalamang. Ito, kala mo, dead ma lang. Pero makakakuha ng offensive rebound. Parang natutulog lang eh. And then, labanan po nila ni James Shot sa labanan ng dalawang kupunan na ito. Marami na rin pinagdadaanan. At makakakuha pa itong si Calvin Abueva ng nakaw. So, another opportunity para sa kupunan ng Alaska. Natapyasin pang lalo itong 12 puntos sa kalamangan kanina. Ngayon, 5 na lang. Hasul for the 3! That's another one! Another big 3 from the snipers of Coach Luigi Trillo. Earlier, it was JV Casio. Now, it's Hasul who actually came in for JV. And a big shot, chopping the lead of San Mig Coffee down to only 2. 31.
Facial wash.
Ibinalik na po sa hardcore itong si Marcus Blakely and immediately attacks. Gets the basket and the foul kay RJ Hasul. Pumunta rin sa free throw line and you saw the result.
Did not hit the ring actually.
Oh, really?
0 out of 4 so far para kay Marcus Blakely when it comes to free throw line.
Alley-oop pass. No conversion for Sanitos. James Schaap will counter-attack. Marcus Blakely will finish this one. Hindi niya nakakompleto pero may sumabit na naman. But the attack mode of Marcus Blakely hindi po matatawaran. Kahit bitis lahat yung kanyang mga free throw, atake pa rin ang atake. Ito ang import ng Satik.
But he's coming from a terrible miss. Actually, before that terrible miss, he was pretty close. Mas maganda pala, galing sa
Nakapos. Ito naman, ringless. Halos mag-fiesta na po yung mga fans ng Sandy Coffee dito sa arena. Matapos yung unang free throw na naipasok after 5 tries. 2 consecutive free throws for Marcus Blakely to up the lead of Sandy back to 6. 35-29. Isa mo expected the comeback of Alaska. Pero ito, dinadikit pa nga po nila sa 2 putos.
You see that Sunday Coffee's not going to allow the Alaska Aces. RJS takes another 3. Not going to allow the Alaska Aces to play Calvin Abueva at the 3. When Calvin's at the 3, they're willing to go to that zone because they feel there's not enough shooters on the floor.
At Makinis once again going to work inside. Joe Devans. Nakita ito si Alex Malyari. Not really a lot of movement for Sunday, but James Yap yung kanyang 3. Nahawakan na rin. Wala pong tinamaan.
But James Yap only has had 2 attempts. And let me correct myself. I'm Calvin Abueva at the 2 at the moment, playing that off-guard position.
Tony De La Cruz, nakita itong si Calvin Abueva. Abueva, tigil ng dribble. 7 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Azul, ang sinusante yung kanyang pasa. Naatala at nakuha pa ni James Yap. A minute at 22. James, sa akin si Joe Devans. Press na napapakawalan. Napasimangot itong si Joe Devans sa sarili niyang tira. Actually made one earlier. Sunny toss. Wala yun. Rebound play makukuha ni Joe Devans. Both teams, sa dami na action dito, ito mo yun, nararamdaman na yung pagod ng lahat ng players involved in this action. Marcus Blakely, inagawan, harapan ni Tony De La Cruz. Asasol, makikita libre si Makinis, will complete the play plus a foul. Galing naman kay Alex Malyari. That foul will not really stop. Itong pwersa nito si Wendell Makinis.
Another guy is actually sprinting down on defense para sa Sunwig Coffee. You see, 4-on-2 situation. Huli na nung dumating yung tulong.
They will not complete the 3-point play, but it's only a 2-point ball game. This is the closest na ilapit po ng Alaska matapos silang matambakan ng 12 puntos. It is the second quarter. James Yap. Marcus Blakely, ibobomba pa.
Calvin Abueva looks like he's hurt.
Still on the floor. Tingnan natin kung anong tinamaan dito, but he's limping. This conference, ito si Calvin Abueva is complaining about his bad back. Pero doon po sa kanina yung kolisyon doon ay mukhang sa kanyang tuhod yun.
So he's 3 throws in a row.
Gaining confidence is Marcus Blakely in his free throw shooting. At siya, sa gusto ng mga taga-Sandig na makalimutan na itong si Marcus Blakely. Apat na sunod-sunod after missing 4 consecutive. Ito po, 4 na sunod-sunod naman. Ano, ipasok ni Marcus Blakely. RJ Azul taking 1. Babalik sa kanya ni Sunny Toss. Ito rin ako sa libre pero si Makinis.
Top-board pa yung bola. Yung bola ginamit pang top-board sa ilalim tapos sumatras.
Dinala sa harap. Pangklase ang lakas ito si Wendell Makinis. Ay, balik sa dalawa na lang lamang ng Sandbag. Malyari ito, Joe Devans. What a pass in a completion for Joe Devans coming from Alex Malyari. A second remaining, RJ Azul will not make that basket. But what an action-packed first half. Balik po tayo sa MOA Arena at fourth quarter na po ang ating pinapagalingan. But after that action-packed third quarter, partner, we expect more. Dahil itong Kupunan ng Alaska, humahabol na po ngayon ng 8-point deficit. And really, their offense is in shambles.
You know, when you're Alaska, you can if you want to feel good about yourself, you would say it's only an 8-point lead. Hindi naman malaki yung 8 points eh. The only problem is you can feel that momentum really on the side of San Mig Coffee at the moment. If you're, yung hinahanapan mo dito, if you're Coach Luigi, sino ba sa mga local ko puputok? Dahil other than Cyrus, not gotten anything from most of them.
Plus in a defensive game, their import Wendell McInnes is hobbled with 4 personal fouls. Same with Calvin Abreva. Although ito, San Mig Coffee, Jewel Pumparada rather, missing that point-blank shot.
Now this is where you actually feel the loss of Alain Maliksi because there's just not enough shooters on the floor. But San Mig Coffee, they have to stay big.
And after nung third quarter time, tinitingnan pa rin yung puhod itong si Alain Maliksi. And Coach Tim Punauting na hindi pa rin ipasok. Ito, may agaw na naman ng San Mig Coffee. Active hands para sa mga defenders ng San Mig Coffee. And James Knapp finally scoring in the game, but one away for him to start scoring.
May have gotten away with a foul there, but eventually the San Mig Coffee players, they continued to play. Alaska Aces started looking at the referee.
Gitgitan sa ilalim, Don Ontiveros siya ang binabantayan ni James. At si James Yapa ay matatawagan naman ang kanyang pangalwa na personal foul. RJ Yasul, ilalabas muna, babalik itong si JV Casio. Rafi Rives, ilalabas din. Babalik si Jody Vance action as JV attacks immediately. But si Tony De La Cruz, sa kanya perimeter shot is not good. 10-point lead is definitely a luxury in this hardly fought ball game. As James Shaw pulls up. Hindi pumasok at sa rebound play makuha ni Tony De La Cruz. Kaagad na atake ang Alaska. Nakita si Wendell McInnes. Pero may foul on Jewel Ponferrada. The initial call is a flagrant foul.
Let's see what happens here.
In the third quarter.
Remember what happened? Nung nagkaroon ng flagrant foul, ang Alaska, and that was on Gabby Espinas. That's actually the time in which San Mig Coffee made a run. Now, let's see if this is actually a flagrant. If it is going to be a flagrant, maybe ito yung magiging mitsa para dito sa Alaska Aces.
Ayun, pinailaliman. Itong alley-oop pass. Manipis na flagrant foul yan.
The thing is, never really made a play for the ball.
Pero naipit din si Jewel Ponferrada.
Yun ang problema. Jewel probably gonna say, paano ako makakatigil? Tinulak rin ako nung kakampi ko.
Well, let's see. He'll be given a flagrant foul, a penalty one, which means 2 free throws.
Getting that call because never really made a play for the basketball.
That would be 2 free throws for Wendell McInnes and a great opportunity. Gaya ng binabanggit mo, partner. Nangyari na ito. Sa Alaska naman, yung third quarter, San Mig Coffee is hoping na hindi sa kanila maulit ito.
For Jewel Ponferrada, in the first half, he really helped his team. When you come in and you're like one of those guys that is in the deeper part of that bench, and when you come in, what your coaches expect from you is just not to hurt your team. Here in the fourth quarter, gave up a turnover, missed a short one, and now a flagrant foul. Not exactly what Jewel had hoped, especially Coach Tim Cole.
Though ito si Wendell McInnes po ay nahihirapan na rin sa kanyang free throw shooting. 3 out of 9 tonight. Namintis pa! Para sa kanyang pang-pito. Namintis na tonight yan.
And actually, I believe Blakely's actually shooting better than McInnes percentage-wise today.
Dondon stops. Ilalapit. Left na hinapol pa ni Marcus Blakely. And a recovery by
no. Another flagrant foul. And the worst part about this is that it is actually English. And if this is the second one, mas mahaba yung pahinga nito.
5 minutes.
No, but they have to check. The referee still has to check if it's a flagrant foul.
We saw him holding on to the foot of the running Wendell McInnes.
I actually saw it, and I want to see it on replay. I saw it on live. First of all, coming out of this block, you can see that off the run, babagsak itong si Mark Pingris, and when he falls, it's gonna be interpretation. Oh, interpretation is sadya. Yun lang yun, interpretation ba? Patayo ba si Mark? O sadya niyang binapa?
So he'll be called for the flagrant foul.
That hurts because, again, he's gonna have to sit out longer. Dahil habang dumadami yung tinatawag na flagrant foul sa kupunan mo, you sit out longer than the initial one.
So yun pong una na itawag dito kay Jewel Ponferrada, will be resting for 3 minutes. A 5-minute penalty on Mark Pingris ay matatawagan naman o yan ang kanyang penalty na kailangan serve after getting the second flagrant foul for the team. Samantala, Wendell Makinis, ito binibilangan na ng mga taga-Sanmig, trying to get into his mind.
Naisip na rin. You can see that he actually double pumped that free throw of his. Was actually ready the first time he stopped.
So it's 3 out of 11 para dito kay Wendell Makinis sa kanyang free throw shooting. And again, missing that one.
Yun, may halo ng malas because it was actually straight and it just rolled around the ring.
10-point lead with 10 minutes and 6 seconds in the game. This is a do-or-die game. They still go to Makinis. Ibobomba yun, pero may foul siyang nakuha on Marcus Blakely.
We're gonna get to the free throw line once again. Worst part about it, you know, when you go back to the free throw line and you still haven't made a basket yet, it's all in your mind now. Lahat yan, nasa isip mo na. Ilang sunod na mintis na ba nangyari sa kanya?
And the foul was actually called on James, but it will be Wendell Makinis again on the free throw line. And again, missing.
Lahat luwa eh. Lahat ng free throw niya, luwa.
So Marcus Blakely can actually afford to smile. I'm not the guy on the free throw line anymore. It's Wendell Makinis who's shooting 3 out of 13 from that area.
So inasinta na talaga.
Kulang na lang i-dunk kayo, maawa ka na, ipasok nyo na. And after a long while, ngayon lang po naka-scorean dito. Still a 9-point lead daw para sa Kupunan ng Sanmig. Rafi Rivas will post it against Calvin. Joe Devine, pull up, jumper. Yes, pero nandun si Rafi Rivas. Sungkit na lang yun, pumasok pa.
And that's why, you know, you just try to keep the ball alive. You know, never know what's gonna happen. That time around, they even got a field goal.
The small things, ano, yung maliliit na extra effort, naglaking resulta na bibigay sa Sanmig. JB, 3-point shot, Mendez, ang Tony De La Cruz, kinuha pa sa kabila, Mendez, at ang recovery makukuha naman dito si Donovan Hontiveros. Fake ni Tony De La Cruz, ayaw pa rin! Tapik, ayaw pa rin! Pero makukuha ni Donovan.
Wow, it's starting to get frustrating if you're Alaska.
Pang-apat na ito, pero nandun pa rin si Rafi Rivas from behind, para recover pa ni Marcus Blakely. And Marcus Blakely and Calvin Abreva continue to exchange words as Coach Luigi Villa is inside the hard court.
No call whether he's going to get a warning.
Arms up high, asking for the foul. Obviously, we know that no foul can be called at this point. Coach Alex also doing the same gesture.
They feel that block on the part of Rafi Rivas, na sumabit si Rafi Rivas kay Wendell Makinis.
Ito, tingnan natin kung makikita pa natin itong replay yung hinihingi doon ni Coach Luigi. Although he'll be called for the technical foul. And Alex Malyari will be the one to take the technical free throw.
It's been a free throw shooting contest. Actually, whoever makes free throws.
Ito, tingnan natin on the reverse angle. From behind si Rafi Rivas. May bola pero parang may yung baba ng braso niya may tinamaan din.
I wonder who got called for the foul. Abueva, so Abueva's got 5.
Alex Malyari will attack. We'll go back dito kay Marcus Blakely. Import versus import na at this point of the game. Joe Devine inching closer against Tony De La Cruz. Step back with this. Nandun si Marcus Blakely. James Young really Inaabol pa rin niya yung bola ron, but mapupunta na ito sa Alaska. JV Cassius signaling play.
Alaska been told they've got to get a field goal for themselves now. It's been a while since they've scored.
Ay, maalala po natin, in their last victory against Sanming, 12 puntos din yung kanilang in-overhaul, ha? Noong fourth quarter na rin. As Wendell Makinis, finally pumasok na yung kanyang outside shot.
We're probably not really in the scheme of things na plano nilang gawin dun sa play na yun, but sometimes you just need to get a shot up to just to stop the bleeding.
And they'll take anything. Down by 10. Rafi Rivas fumbles. Pero may foul pang nakuha. Really the breaks going Sanming Coffee's way in the fourth quarter.
Such a grinded out fourth quarter at present. You know, we've only actually played less than 4 minutes, but parang ang dami na nangyari sa fourth quarter natin.
At yung composure, dito masusukat for both teams. Ang Kupunan ng Sanming Coffee nasa itaas pa rin po ngayon. Habang ating titingnan etong ating Photon Thunder Drive and Wells. Etong si Marcus Blakely who continues to be a force inside as he continues to attack. At ito sa inyo ng Photon, empower your business. Back to an 11-point lead para sa Kupunan ng Sanming and Alaska, hoping that some momentum will start from this possession. Pero ito, depensa talaga ng Sanming. Ayaw silang tantanan. May agaw pa! Marcus Blakely! Sino ba yan ni Makinis? Pero namintis yung layup itong si Marcus Blakely. Good challenge. Saros Baguio, pukol sa tres. Ayaw pa rin. And rebound makukuha. Balik sa Alaska. Asyo, siya naman. Ayaw pa rin.
But he gets called for a foul. You know, one player that's actually done a lot of help para sa Alaska, Tony Del.
We promised you a do-or-die game, but we are giving you war dito sa MOA Arena. Pagpatuloy po ang kiskisan itong Sanming Coffee at Alaska Aces. Sobrang dami ng action dito. Hindi ko na nakuha batiin yung aking apo na si Amara na nagpo-4th birthday today. Hindi ko na nakuha batiin.
Sabay pala sila nung hindi ko rin nabati na kapatid ko. Birthday rin yun.
Pasensya na po kayo. 67-58. Pareho na mong problema sa free throw. Itong magkabilang Kupunan na ito. At Alex Malyari from the 3. Hindi po pumasok.
You know, the free throw shooting is dismal, but also the 3-point shooting. Sanming Coffee 1 out of 17.
And to think, yung tres parang willing na sacrifice yung magkabilang Kupunan. Pinapatira na talaga eh. Saros Baguio completely missing the 3-point attempt.
You can't say that Alaska's not had their chances.
Joe DeVaz wisely using the reverse to finish that one.
Makinis got to be careful. You know, no need to push itong si Joe DeVaz doon. Also, Rafi Rivas and Makinis getting into it.
Although sinasabi nila, pareho, wala to silang ginawa. Pero patuloy ang kiskisan doon. Makikita ni Jamie itong si Wendell Makinis wala sa una. Pangalawa, matataga pa rin at makukuha. Wendell Makinis really working hard. And JV Cassius fuming, saying na ang dami ng tagang inabot ng import ko.
Well, you know, you gotta give it to Alaska. That's 23 offensive rebounds in this game. Wendell Makinis himself accounts for 10.
Wow. At malaking isda yung nakuha niya doon, si Marcus Blakely will be called for his fourth personal foul. And Makinis makes the free throw. Ito, tingnan po natin itong ating Photon power play na ito. That's Joe DeVaz doing the reverse. At it's inyo ng Photon, empower your business. Makinis missing.
Every shot that was close para kay Wendell Makinis has gone out.
That's 5 out of 16 sa free throw shooting nitong si Makinis tonight. Rafi Rivas. Pinaikot yung bola. Nakita nila si Marcus Blakely at the low blocks. Sumabit na. Itong si Tony De La Cruz and bodies flying here. That time, sumabit itong si Wendell Makinis, but the foul was called earlier on Tony De La Cruz.
You almost feel like a team that actually gets hot from the outside is going to win this. Even if you say Alaska's down by 10, and you can say that because it's so hard to score underneath at present. And both teams have decent guys that can shoot the three-pointer. Let's say maybe on the San Miguel side, James Yap starts getting hot and Joe DeVance. They'll be able to pull away big time. Alaska, they just need to string together shots from Cyrus as well as JV from the outside.
There's a lot of time, partner. 6 and 11 pa yung natitira. Marcus Blakely missing both free throws. Sabi ni Makinis, huwag mo kalimutan, ang original lang na istorya dito. Yung free throws si Marcus Blakely. Sanitos, attacking again. Tony De La Cruz. With offensive rebound and another chance para sa Alaska. Cyrus Baguio from the three-point line. He's spraying for one and he gets it.
That's what we were saying. And with the number of attempts that Alaska's getting, they're going to be due. There's a difference of 21 attempts. Make that 11 attempts difference between the two teams.
14 points for the Skyros. Sapat na para tapyasin ang kalamangan ng San Miguel to 7. Atake ni Marcus, mintis yung una, but for the second serving, it's good. And again, mapapansin mo, iwas na yung mga defenders niya. JB Gracio, pagpapasahan sa loob, almost losing it. Mari-recover, mapunta kay JB. Babalik, Tony De La Cruz. Spot net.
Alaska's starting to hit their shots right now. You know, they've only shot 28% in the game, so they're also due to hit some shots.
Eksakto 5 minuto naman ang natitira sa ating laban. And it's only a 7-point ball game. Although on San Miguel, most of the game, sila nagkocontrol ng tempo ng laban na ito. Blakely makukupkup at mawawala ni Joe DeVance, giving Alaska another chance to inch in closer. Alaska Aces making sure na itong sunod nila. 4 minutes and 35. Yan po ang natitirang oras sa ating laban. Unti-unting nauubos ang oras pero hindi nauubusan ng pag-asa ang magkabilang kupunan. Because they know the importance of this ball game. And Alaska riding high on a small run here in the fourth quarter. JB Cashot, that one is short.
San Miguel Coffee better clean up their defensive glass. Again, they're giving away too many opportunities to the Alaska Aces.
Luckily for them, hindi pumasok yun sa Alaska. Yung pasa ni Joe DeVance, another turnover. In the last 3 possessions, I remember at least 2 from Joe DeVance.
Two turnovers from Joe DeVance, and that one, panira na, pinasa pa. You know, maybe he also needs to get some rest. Remember, binabantayan niya kanina si Wendell McInnes, umo-opensa pa siya. Now, Mark Ping is available after that playground.
Oo, nakapahinga na mahigit na 5 minuto actually. Ito si Mark Ping is McInnes. Trying from outside. Pumasok yung tira niya kanina earlier, but that's not the last time. Ang kupunan ng San Miguel Coffee will slow things down. They're still on top by 7 points. And milk some clock. You see the baseline is Marcus Blakely, pero sumabit doon. Both Sanitos at si Tony De La Cruz, parehong may contact doon, but the one will be called the Sanitos.
Very willing to give him that foul. You know, it's only a 7-point lead. These free throws of Marcus starting to become more and more important for the moment.
Dalawang magkasunod na mintis yung pinanggalingan nito. But that one merits a smile on Marcus Blakely's face. Ringless. 8 out of 19 tonight. Namintis yung pangalawa, pero sapat na yun para kay Marcus Blakely. Is back to an 8-point ball game para sa Coffee Mixers. McInnes will roll after the pick. Pabalik kay Tony De La Cruz. Made one. Ang pangalawa niyang attempt. Pasok din yan.
Alaska starting to figure out what to do with the basketball after they trap the pick and roll. Lots of times nakakuha na ng tira si Tony De La Cruz at the mid-range.
And it's only a 2-possession ball game. Although bola po ito na kupunan ng San Miguel Coffee. Mas humigpit na ang depensa dito ng Alaska. Mas pabor na ang momentum sa kanila dito sa fourth quarter. But PJ Simon always. Ito ang pamatay sunog ng kupunan ng San Miguel.
Big shot because right now San Miguel Coffee really looking for a guy that can create a basket for himself. PJ finally gives him one.
Alaska may founder shooters. Ito si PJ naman sumasagot for San Miguel. Pero bago naka-atake doon, itong si Wendell McInnes, a foul is given up by Rafi Rivas. Penalty na po ang San Miguel Coffee. Ang kupunan ng Alaska, meron pa lamang 4. with 2 minutes and 34 in the game. Wendell Makinis is tested and tested again and again tonight. He had lots of attempts, pero ang kanyang free throw shooting, 5 out of 17 tonight.
And this is the first time that this has happened. He's close to a 70% free throw shooter for the tournament.
One of those nights, na hindi mo na maipaliwanag. Talagang maalat lang mula sa free throw line. Oh, buntik na. Pero ito, makukuha ng marirecover pa rin ang Kupunan ng San Miguel. 10 seconds, buntik na naman. Mark Baroka, si Makinis na ang kaharap niya. He'll use the baseline. He was stopped. Marcos, yung outside shot, Mintes, tapi ka makukuha pa ni Wendell Makinis. Kumara Chada, Alaska, tres, Nicasio ayaw, but Makinis is there. Cyrus Baguio with another one! That's simple.
Man, we told you earlier, the number of attempts Alaska's having. A guy like Cyrus, maybe JV Casio, will finally hit 3.
Na nagbibida po ito si Cyrus Baguio with 2 3-pointers here in the 4th inching closer. Mark Baroka! Wala pero naman si Mark Fingers, tapi na makukuha rin ng Alaska, and another chance for the and what a big miscue!
This is a game that you can actually see that there's pressure, that the pressure is actually getting to the players. Rebound there on the part of Mark Fingers, very close shot, could not get it. And then this one, just an easy pass, and actually spins away.
So another chance given itong Sandy Coffee. As Mark Fingers is isolated, losing his footing, but there would be a foul on Sunny Toss. Pang-apat na personal foul on Sunny Toss. Kinabig na itong si Mark Fingers. No free throws, only a sideline inbound. Ito, tingnan po natin yung pagkabig doon sa may bewang nitong si Sunny Toss. Marcus Blakely against Wendell Makinis. This has been a matchup here in the 4th quarter. Baroka, nakawala pero malakas. Tapi ka makukuha ni Joe DeVance.
Offensive rebounds, which was actually lorded by Alaska Aces. San Mig Coffee getting key offensive rebounds here in the last 2 minutes.
And those extra possessions are very much precious. And the suspenseful ending of a do-or-die game. Less than a minute to go. Mark Baroka, libre. Bomba sa kanila.
If we get to see that replay, you gotta believe the referees are letting these guys play, because JV Casio actually had his arm on the neck of Mark Baroka.
At yun ang sinasabi ni Coach Steve
Exactly.
Jones.
I mean, it's actually crazy that it happened at the top of the key where everyone can see it. You see it right here. You see JV gets beaten off this move, and he grabs him. No fouls. No worries.
Pasok pa rin yung tira ni Mark Baroka. Given a hand by JV Casio.
But talagang here in the last 2 minutes, the referees have just allowed these players to play, and it's been really difficult to score on both ends.
Let's run to listen to Coach Luigi because they're down by 6 with 46 to go in the game.
When you give it, okay, when you give it, JV, hold it. This guy's coming through, okay, stay here. Make sure it's a good triple screen. Their bats is slow to come in. Okay, side, go. Look for that three. If not, JV's here. Okay? Sonny, back pick. JV, find your way to the corner. If you don't have it side drive, JV will be at the corner for you. Okay? You're going for a three. Okay?
So plenty of options for the Alaska Aces in that play made by Coach Luigi Trillo.
But at the same time, because San Mig has shown zone, they have to actually adjust to either to what defense San Mig Coffee is going to show or do.
Oh, narinig nga natin yan, giving the players the option. Meron sa labas, meron sa loob. Pero unang nakita.
Another turnover.
Wow! Earlier, it was a bad pass by Cyrus Baguio to JV. This time, it's a bad pass from JV to Cyrus. Alaska's options limited here and they're forced to foul.
No, Rado, in close games, it's all about execution and poise. You see, for Alaska, Aces did not execute. You know, the poise was not there. But this is a champion team. But today, just came up with the bad turnovers at critical situation. Plus, of course, let's not forget the free throw disappearance of Wendell McKinney.
Oo, daming namintis ito. And those small things, malaki ang naging bearing dito sa ating laban na ito. This is a 7-point ball game. And nakatapigan pa doon ni Alex Malyari. And a challenge on the 3-point attempt by Cyrus
And they're
Baguio.
going to call a foul. But you know, the thing is there, you also have to be a little bit careful if you're Malyari, if you're Alex, because you don't want to go up and contest that 3-pointer to the hand. Gives a chance, chance para dito sa Alaska.
With the clock stopped, may tatlong pagkakataon. Itong si Cyrus Baguio, pasok yung kanyang una. Ito po yung foul doon. Itong si Alex Malyari. So 2 out of 2 so far. There's another third attempt coming. As Wendell McKinney temporarily ilalabas muna ni Coach Luigi. We expect a foul here as pasok yung tatlong free throws. Ito nga si Cyrus Baguio. Inbound, si PJ Simon is being trapped. And finally the foul by JB Casio.
In a game where we've seen the most misses from both imports from the free throw line, this game, ironically, will still be won and lost in the free throw line.
At si PJ Simon ang susubukan ng mga taga-Alaska.
But it will be won or lost in the free throw line. But I don't think both imports are going to be the ones that are going to get fouled here. There's no way that the
Not
coaches
anymore.
are going to allow na yung bola umabot sa mga kamay nila.
Tingnan muna natin po itong ating defensive stop of the game na ito. At nagresulta sa isang fast break finish ng Sandy Coffee. Hatid sa inyo ng Preston Brake Fluid for superior braking action and safety. Siguradong nasa mabuti ka ang kamay. PJ Simon completes his trip sa free throw line, upping the lead of San Mig to 6 points, 79-73 with 31.8 remaining. Ang Alaska, kailangan magpiga na rito, especially ang kanilang mga panira dito because yung kanilang huling mga timeout nasayang sa kanilang mga turnovers as we listen in again to Coach Luigi Trillo.
For Sunny, okay? Don here, huh? Sai, you're here. Okay? Sai, you're here. Okay? Tony. Okay, Wendell. Okay? Sai, you fake. Just pretend you're looking here. Okay? Come through, double screen. We go. Go, Sai, get that. Okay? After the double screen, Wendell, you screen down. Okay, screen down. London's coming out. Hit that. Okay, if you're not sure of the shot, weave to JV coming out. JV takes it. Okay? I have 130. Okay, JV, take a look at this. Okay? Don, Sai. Okay? Tony, Wendell. Look here. You gotta show you're looking here, and as we go, boom, boom.
Full step up for Alaska, down by 6.
Lots of shooters on the floor for them. You got to think that they are going to go for that 3-point shot. JV Casio may be inbounding, but they also look to him to come back to the basketball.
And this possession could be telling. They should start somewhere else. Don asking for the contact, pero instead makukuha pa dahil nga mga taga-San Mig Coffee. And that would be it as Marcus Blakely. Hinawakan pa nitong si Don Hontiveros. They'll go to the free throw line. But for them, even if Marcus is not really at his best on free throw line, lamang sila ng
We actually expected this ball not to even be in the vicinity of Marcus Blakely as well as Wendell McKinney on the offensive end, but still it finds its way to their hand, and he actually makes the free throw.
bonus na bonus yun. Samantala, ito, babalikan natin yung panggaando ni Dondon Hontiveros at ni Martin Chris. Was forced to pass the ball, pero makukuha pa rin yung Zalmic. At nakakompleto pa ni Marcus Blakely ang dalawang ulit free throws niya. At suddenly, isa sa pinakamalaking kalamangan at 8 points. Arias actually was at 12. Pero lumapit na po itong mga Kupunan ng Alaska. But in the end game, the crucial miscues and the non-executions of the plays getting installed dito sa Kupunan ng Alaska.
You look at this game, and you look at those last plays as we see the games tomorrow for the NCAA. You look at the last plays of this game. Turnover, JV Kasha. Turnover on the part of Cyrus Baguio. A forced shot right there on the part of Dondon Hontiveros. If not for the free throws of Cyrus Baguio, Alaska would not have been able to actually score, put the points on the board here in the last 2 minutes.
This game has been excruciating for both teams. 19 seconds left. Ito yung una eh.
Now that's the first, and this one hurt because I believe the lead was only 2 points at that time, and after that, coming off a timeout, another turnover, and this was the last play I was talking about. You set up a play and then you don't get a shot up, another turnover.
Ang masakit doon na partner, galing sa timeout, yung dalawang huling turnovers. Mintis pa yung attempt ni Randall Makinis. Alex Malyari, easy na lang para sa kanya. So this is a 10-point ball game. And for all intents and purposes, ang Kupunan ng San Miguel Coffee will march to the semifinals with only 6 ticks remaining in the game.
Tough game, you know. This was a game that we really saw both teams that put everything out there on the floor, and very different from game 1 of this quarterfinals, kung saan umabot yung score natin ng 112. This one, you can see it, an all-out defensive battle.
At as we were discussing at the start of the game, mas gusto ng Sandvik itong klase ng laban na ito. Having done it all conference long. 6 seconds in the ball game. Bakinis sa labas titira, will not make it. At doon na, matatapos ang ating ball game. Digdigan na laban. At matapos ang gera, we see players and coaches doing the handshake. And what a hard-fought battle natin po nakita for our Thriller Friday offering. But that would be it for Alaska. Last